everyone, it's Nadia from YARNutopia. Today we are making number 221 Granny Square of our 365 days of Granny Squares. This one is called the Corner Shop Granny Square, and it's really cool using popcorn stitches in these corners here and in the center. Obviously my absolute favorite stitch, so this is a really cool pattern that we're using, also using cluster stitches in here and V-stitches in our corners here. So that's really cool. Really interesting design today that worked up really fast for me, so I think it'll work up really fast for you this morning. We are using all Red Heart Super Saver yarn in this project. It's just scrap yarn, so I just have a scrap basket full of yarn from previous projects, and I just have to use them all up somehow, so I thought this big project of 365 days of Granny Squares would definitely use them all up, and it has. I've made a big dent in that. So this is just a 4-ply yarn. It is, I'm sorry, it's a 10-ply yarn, but it's a size 4 medium yarn, so you can use any worsted weight or double knitting yarn, that's totally fine. I'm also going to demonstrate this in an H size hook, which is 5 millimeters, so make sure you have that handy, as well as a yarn needle and a scissors, because we'll be cutting our yarn and sewing in our ends, and these tools just come in handy in this whole project when we change color so often. Also, there are links in the description of this video, so there's a link to the written pattern for this Corner Shop Granny Square. You'll get that on my website, and then also there's other links. There's a link to my Facebook and Instagram. Make sure you follow me on both places. Share your photos. Go to today's photo on or the post on Facebook, and in the comment section, share your photo of your square and what you came up with today, which colors you shared or which colors you chose. I'd like to see them if you can share a photo on that post. And then also on Instagram, make sure to hashtag 365 days of Granny Squares and hashtag YARNutopia so I can see your work. I want to definitely see your squares today. And then also there's a link, or there's not really a link, but it's my username to my Snapchat. You can follow me there. I'm YARNutopia on there, so make sure you Snapchat me your squares. And last thing, I have to say a big thank you to my dad, Fuad, Azmat, for taking the time to make these videos with us. He is our videographer, editor, and photographer for all of our videos. So make sure you give him a shout out, thank him in the comment section, and subscribe to our channel so you can get the update on when he posts our next video. So let's get started in making number 221 Granny Square. Let's start out by making a slip knot. So put your short end over your long end, then fold this down and pull that through. Okay, pull tight, insert your hook, and we can start. So let's start out by chaining 8. So yarn over, pull through, 1, yarn over, pull through, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now we are going to go all the way to the beginning chain here, this first chain, and we're going to slip stitch in there to form a ring. So go into that chain, then yarn over and pull it through and through. So now we've created a ring. Now, if you know how to make the magic ring, you can start that way as well, but going right into round 1, we are going to chain 4, so yarn over and pull through, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that's going to count as the first 3 chains count as our double crochet, and then this next chain counts as our chain 1 space. Now we are going to put a popcorn stitch into this ring here. So a popcorn stitch is 5 double crochets into the ring. So yarn over, go into the ring, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. So that's a double crochet, so we had to make 5 of those. So that was 1, this is 2, again yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's 3, this is 4, and 5. Okay, now I'm going to remove my hook from this loop, so I'm just going to pull that up just a little bit, pull my hook out, and then I'm going to go into that first double crochet of the 5 double crochet grouping here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right in here. I'm going to go in, and then I'm going to hook that loop back on my hook and pull it through and pull tight, and that kind of folds that in half, creating a popcorn stitch. It's more like a 3D stitch there. Then what we're going to do is chain 1, so yarn over and pull through. And then we're going to put a, let's see here, popcorn, chain 1, popcorn, chain 1. Okay, we're going to put another popcorn stitch. So yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we have to put 5 double crochets in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then remove the hook from that loop, put it in the first double crochet of that grouping, and then put the loop back on your hook and pull that through, and then chain 1. Okay, now we're only going to put a double crochet in here, so yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Then we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to popcorn stitch back into this ring here. So that's 5 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we're going to remove our hook from this loop, go into the first double crochet of this grouping here. So don't go into this one that we made. We're going to leave that double crochet alone. That has a chain 1 before it and after it. And then there's 5 double crochets here. So count back 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right in here. Whoopsie, not that one. This one. Go in, yarn over, go, and pull that loop on your hook, and then pull that through. Just like that. Okay, so it's a popcorn stitch. Then we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to put another popcorn stitch in here. Okay, so it's popcorn, chain 1, popcorn, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and then repeat. So I just have to do 4 sets of these. Okay, so there's 5 double crochets there, removing my hook from that loop, going into the first double crochet, putting that loop back on my hook, pulling that through, and pulling tight, and then chain 1. So now we just have to put a double crochet in here. So just 1 double crochet, and then chain 1. And now make the popcorn, chain 1, and popcorn. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then remove the hook, go into the first one, put that loop back on the hook, and pull it through. Pull it tight, chain 1. Put another popcorn in here. You can see here I'm kind of scooting this over so I have room for my other popcorn stitches. So make sure that you have room in your chain 8, or if you did do the magic ring, make sure you have enough room for all your stitches. Okay, then popcorn is complete. Alright, so you can kind of see here there's a popcorn stitch, then chain, well, first off there's our beginning chain up 3 is our first double crochet, then chain 1, popcorn, chain 1, popcorn, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, popcorn, chain 1, popcorn, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, popcorn, chain 1, popcorn, chain 1, and then we have to put a double crochet in here, and then chain 1, and now we're going to do our popcorns again. So popcorn, chain 1, popcorn, chain 1. And then I'll meet you up after my second popcorn, and then we'll go on to the next round. Alright, when you're finished here, we got to chain 1 and then slip stitch to the 3rd chain of our beginning chain up 4 here. So 1, 2, and 3 right here. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and through. So now you can see here what I was trying to create here was these 2 popcorn stitch groupings on each side, and then these little double crochet stitches in between those groupings. Okay, so that's what we were trying to make and achieve. So now going on to round 2, if you're not changing color, what I suggest is to slip stitch into this chain 1 space and into this popcorn stitch and then into this chain 1 space after this popcorn stitch, okay? Because we're going to start the next round in between 2 popcorn stitches, in the chain 1 between them. So I'm going to chain 1 here and cut my yarn because I'm going to change color. So pull that all the way through. If you're changing color, just pull that tight. Start your next round in between these popcorn stitches, so in a chain 1 space. So I'm just going to insert my hook in there, and then I'm going to grab my new color and hook that on my hook and pull that through. And then I'm going to chain 5. So yarn over and pull through 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and that is going to count as the first 3 chains count as our first double crochet, and the next 2 chains count as our chain 2 space. And now we're going to double crochet into the same space here. So yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, there's a V-stitch. Then we are going to, let's see here, double crochet and stitch. So we're going to chain 2, so yarn over, pull through 1 and 2, and now we're going to front post double crochet around the double crochet. So what does that mean? We're going to hop over this popcorn stitch, we're going to find this double crochet here, and we're going to yarn over, go in from this side of it, so in this chain 1 space, and then around the post to this chain 1 space, just like that, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So that's a front post double crochet. Then we are going to, let's see here, front post double crochet, then we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and we're going to double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet in between these next 2 popcorn stitches. So basically do a V-stitch in there. So yarn over, go in between these 2 popcorn stitches in this chain 1 space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2, and then chain 2, 1, 2, and then put another double crochet in there. 1, just like that. Then we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and repeat what we just did. So put a front post double crochet around this next double crochet here. So yarn over, go in from this side of it, around it to this side, just like that. Then yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Okay, so you can kind of see that these V-stitch stitches are our corners. Okay. Then we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, hop between these 2 popcorn stitches and make a V-stitch. So that is a double crochet, chain 2, and a double crochet. Okay, and just repeat. So then chain 2, put a front post double crochet around this double crochet in between these popcorns. So yarn over, go around the post, just like that. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Then chain 2, 1 and 2, and in between these 2 popcorns we're putting that V-stitch. So it's double crochet, chain 2, and a double crochet. Okay, coming up on our last side here, we got a chain 2, and then put a front post double crochet around this chain here. Okay, it's actually supposed to be a double crochet. So if yours is a double crochet, but I fastened off here, so it's my beginning chain up like 4 from the previous round. So whichever stitch you're at. Then we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to slip stitch to the 3rd chain of this beginning chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, right in here, go in, yarn over, pull through, and through. I've got to get a new color, but then we'll go on to round 3 together. If you're not changing color, just slip stitch into this corner space. This is our in the V-stitch, and then chain up 4 and go on to round 3 with me. But I'm going to chain 1 here and cut this yarn and pull it through and pull it tight. And then we're going to start our next round in a corner, so in a V-stitch. So you see a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet like this. You can start in any one of these corners. Okay, so I'm just going to go right in there where we fastened off, and I'm going to grab this other color, hook that on my hook, and pull that through. Now we're going to chain up 4, so yarn over, pull through 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that counts as the first 3 chains count as our double crochet, and then the next chain counts as our chain 1 space. So now it says to do, hop into this chain space here, okay, so this chain 2 space, and we're going to make 2 double crochet clusters, so 2 of the 3 double crochet clusters, and I'll show you how to do that. We're going to yarn over, go into this next chain 2 space right here, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, hold it, yarn over, go in to the space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, but hold it again. We're going to yarn over again and go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So now we have 4 loops on the hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through all 4 of those loops, just like that. Then we're going to kind of scoot it over because we have to do the same thing again, but we need to first chain 2, so chain 1, so yarn over and pull through to kind of just close that up there. And then we're going to put a 3 double crochet cluster back into that same space. So again, yarn over, go back into that same space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And one more time, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And then yarn over and pull through all 4 loops on your hook, and then chain 1, okay, to close that up. So there you have 2 of the double crochet clusters in that chain 2 space. Then we are going to hop to the next space here and do the same thing. So put a double crochet cluster, just like that. Yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, and then chain 1. And scoot that over a little so I have room for my other one, and make a double crochet cluster. So that's kind of starting like 3 double crochets but not finishing them completely until you have 4 loops on your hook, and then yarn over and pull through all 4 of the loops and then chain 1. And now we're in the corner here, so in the corners we're going to put double crochet, chain 2, and a double crochet. So basically just a V-stitch in the V-stitch. So double crochet, chain 2, and then a double crochet. Just like that. And then we're going to repeat what we did. So chain 1, put a double crochet cluster in here, 1, 2, 3, then yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, then chain 1, kind of scoot that over, and make another double crochet cluster in here, and then chain 1, hop to the next chain 2 space right here after this front post double crochet, and make a cluster stitch, a 3 double crochet cluster, then chain 1, and another cluster in there. And then make sure to chain 1 after that, and then make a V-stitch in this V-stitch. So put a double crochet, chain 2, and a double crochet in there. Just like that. And then we're just going to repeat. So make sure you chain 1 here, and then just repeat your sides. So if you need to, rewind this video or follow along with the written pattern, and if you need help to continue on in this round, otherwise I'll just meet you up at the end of this round and we'll go on to round 4. Alright, when you come back to the beginning corner here, see how it's only halfway done? Remember to chain 1 here, and then we're going to put a double crochet into the beginning corner here to finish off this corner. So we're going to double crochet, and then we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to slip stitch to the 3rd chain of this beginning chain up 4. So right in here, just go in, yarn over, pull through, and through. Okay, and just like that. There's round 3 done. So now going on to round 4, if you're not changing color, I suggest you slip stitch back into this corner and then chain up 4 and go on to round 4 with me. But I'm actually going to chain 1 and cut this yarn and then pull it all the way through and pull tight. In this next round, if you're changing color, you can start in any chain 2 corner space. So I'm just going to start right in here. But you can start in any corner you want. And I'm going to hook on my new color. Oh, my yarn is actually matching my shirt today. It's kind of cool. Anyway, we're going to chain up 4. So yarn over, pull through 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and then that counts as the first 3 chains count as our double crochet, and the next chain counts as a chain 1 space. And then we're going to actually in this next, we're going to skip over this stitch here. And in this chain 1 space before our cluster stitches, we're going to put a popcorn stitch. So a popcorn stitch, remember from round 1, that's 5 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, 5 double crochets all in that chain 1 space. Remove your hook from that loop and then go into the first double crochet of this grouping right in here. Okay, then put the loop back on your hook and pull that through. And pull tight, so that makes the popcorn stitch. Then chain 1, so yarn over, pull through 1 to kind of close that popcorn stitch. And now we are going to put a double crochet into this cluster stitch right here. So yarn over, go into the cluster stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Then we're going to double crochet in this chain 1 space right here. So just put 1 double crochet in there. And then we're going to double crochet into this next cluster stitch. So in each cluster stitch and each chain 1 space on this side. So this one, this chain 1 space right here above this front post double crochet here, we're putting a double crochet. Then we're going to double crochet into the cluster, double crochet in between the clusters, and then double crochet in this cluster. And then, so there should be 7 double crochets in total, okay? And then we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to popcorn stitch into this next chain 1 space right before our corner. So put 5 double crochets in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then remove your hook from that loop, go into the first double crochet of this grouping right here, put the loop back on your hook and pull that through and pull tight. And there's your popcorn. Then chain 1, skip over this double crochet right here and make your corner in this corner. And for our corners, we're doing a double crochet, chain 2, and a double crochet. So just like the last round. Very simple corner, just like that. And then we're just going to repeat now what we did on this side for this side and each side around. So I'll show you one more time. We're going to chain 1, skip over this stitch here, then we're going to put a popcorn stitch into this chain 1 space. So 5 double crochets in total here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then remove your hook from that loop, go into the first double crochet of that grouping, put the loop back on your hook and pull it through. Then we're going to chain 1, put a double crochet into each cluster stitch and each chain space until the chain 1 space before the corner. So it should be 7 stitches in total that you make. So there's 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then we're going to chain 1, so yarn over, pull through, and then we're going to make a popcorn stitch into this chain 1 space before the corner. So that again is 5 double crochets in that same space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then remove your hook, go into the first double crochet of that grouping, and then put the loop back on your hook and pull that through, and then pull tight, and then chain 1. And now in the corner, we're making the same corners as we have been. So a double crochet, chain 2, and a double crochet in the corner, just like that. And then repeat. So if you need to, rewind this to see this side and the corner. Otherwise, I will meet you up at the end of this round, and then we'll go on to the next round. Alright, when you're finished with this round, just make sure after this popcorn stitch to chain 1, and then we still have to finish this beginning corner just like we did the last round. So we have to put a double crochet in there, and then chain 2, and then slip stitch to the 3rd chain of our beginning chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, right in here, go in, yarn over, pull through, and through. Alright, now if you are not changing color, slip stitch back into this corner here. Just go in and then yarn over, pull through, and then chain up 3 and go on to round 5 with me. But I'm going to chain 1 and cut this yarn and pull it through, pull it tight. And then this next round I'm going to start in a corner. So I'm going to just go right into that one that we just fastened off in and pick up my other color here. Hook on this color, and then chain up 3. So yarn over, pull through, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, there we go. Then we're going to double crochet into the same space here. So yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. So now it looks like there's 2 double crochets next to each other in this space. Then we're going to double crochet, 2 double crochets in this chain 1 space right here, right before the popcorn stitch. So put 2 double crochets in there, 1 and 2. Then we're going to skip over the popcorn stitch, and we're going to double crochet in each one of these double crochets, each one of these 7 stitches. So yarn over, go into this double crochet, and make a double crochet in the next 7 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, then we're going to skip over this popcorn stitch right here, and we're going to put 2 double crochets into this chain 1 space right here. So put 2 double crochets in there, 1 and 2. Just like that. Then we're going to make our corner in the corner. So we're going to put 2 double crochets, so 1 and 2, then chain 2, 1, 2, and then in the same space we're putting 2 more double crochets. So a little bit different than the other corners that we've been doing. Then we're just going to repeat what we did on this side for this side and each side around. So I'll show you again. In this first chain 1 space right here, we're going to put 2 double crochets. Then we're going to skip over this popcorn stitch, and we're going to double crochet into the next 7 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then we're going to skip over this popcorn stitch and make 2 double crochets in this chain 1 space before the corner, and then we're going to make our corner in here. So in the corners we're putting 2 double crochet, then chain 2, and then 2 more double crochet in there. Okay, so just repeat that. If you need to, rewind this video. Otherwise, follow along with the written pattern, and I'll meet you up at the end of this round. Alright, when you come back around, you just want to finish this last corner here. So we just need to put 2 double crochets in this beginning corner, and then we're going to chain 2, and then we can slip stitch to the 3rd chain of this beginning chain up 3 here. So 1, 2, 3. If it's hidden for you, you'll have to dig around for it, but if you can find it, slip stitch in there. So yarn over, pull through, and through. And now we can fasten off. If you want, you can go on to doing a single crochet round. That's totally fine. A lot of you have been doing that, and I've noticed that you do like a little tiny edge to make it just clean, and it looks really nice. But I'm actually just going to fasten off here. So I'm going to chain one and cut this yarn and pull it all the way through and pull tight. And then I'm going to grab my yarn needle and sew in this end. And there you have it. Number 221 granny square is complete. Thank you so much for watching and learning how to make this corner shop granny square. This worked up really fast for me. I hope it did for you too. Look at how beautiful that is. So thanks again for watching. Make sure you're checking the links in the description of this video and subscribe to my channel here on YouTube so you can get the update on when we post our next one, which will be tomorrow. So I'll see you then. Happy hooking!